106.9 and 106.7 The Light take you behind the music. Jon Acuff.
I am not a musician. So the title of behind, I guess there's not a behind the author. But think about an author as, the way I like to describe it is who musicians want to be. So if that helps you, if you're watching this right now and you think, what is an author? Just think, it's who musicians wish they were.
No problem, John, old buddy. 106.9 and 106.7 The Light take you behind who musicians wish they could be. Authors. Jon Acuff.
After my last job transition, we were at a family fun night. And there's two places you go at family fun night with your kids, the balloon animal guy and the face painting lady. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't, the state takes your kids. Like every other little kid has this amazing unicorn on their face, and your kid is like, why do you hate me so much, Dad? I just have this face. And so we're in line at the balloon animal guy, and he looks down at me, and he kind of recognizes me and goes, oh, I love your books, congrats. And then he pauses and goes, oh, sorry about the job transition, best of luck in the future. And we started to see that all these people thought that a transition meant a bad thing, and it wasn't bad. It was a big transition, but it was by no means a bad transition. I had an amazing job for 3 years and then decided to do something different. And I started to realize that a lot of people don't know what to do with transition. And everybody goes through a career transition, and everybody has a do-over moment. And the problem is we spend 18 years getting ready for college, and then the next thing we get ready for is death and retirement. And there's this 40-year gap where we don't know what to do with our careers. We're not intentional. And so what I realized is for the last 5 years, I've been building what I call a career savings account. And that's why this transition was possible. And a career savings account has 4 things: character, relationships, skills, and hustle. And you need all 4, because if you only have 3, it kind of falls apart. I mean, if you have lots of character, lots of skills, lots of relationships, but no hustle, you become every NFL draft bust. That had natural talent right up through college and then didn't work hard enough in the NFL. And what I realized is relationships get you the first gig. You often will get an opportunity because somebody knows you. Skills get you the second, though. They won't go back to you if you're not good. You never go to your friend to get a second haircut if they're bad at cutting your hair. You love them. Bless their heart. But you're not going back for a second haircut. And then hustle gets you every gig after that. And so they need each other. And so what the book's about is, how do you build a really robust career savings account? How do you lean into character, into skills, into relationships, and into hustle? And the best part to me is that there's only 4 career transitions everybody goes through. And the way I like to think about it is this vertical line where there's 2 actions in life. There's voluntary at the top and there's involuntary at the bottom. So voluntary action with your career is you realize, if I don't take some classes and learn digital design as a graphic designer, I'm going to get lapped. And so you voluntarily go take some classes. Involuntary is you kind of pretend the industry hasn't changed, and eventually you get laid off. But not every voluntary is good, not every involuntary is bad. And so you have this positive negative line that cuts through there, which creates these 4 different zones. And the 4 different zones are, you'll go through a career ceiling, where you kind of climb to the top of that and you get stuck. And then another one is a career bump, which is a negative involuntary zone where you lose your job, you get laid off. The positive voluntary is a career jump. Maybe you start a blog, you decide to take a class, you decide to go to another job. You do something positive and voluntary and go, I'm going to change my life. And then the last one is a positive involuntary, where you get an opportunity you weren't expecting. I talked to a CEO of a bank and I said, how'd you become CEO? And he said, well, I was a teller, and while I was there 4 or 5 years, and my manager got caught counterfeiting checks. She'd been there 6 years and she went to jail, and I wasn't ready for the job, but it opened up, and so I had this opportunity. And now he didn't do a 5-year plan and go, then year 4, my manager will go to jail, and that'll open up the job. But he got this unexpected opportunity. And what's great is that the career savings account has an investment for each one of those spots. And so when you go through a career ceiling, it's your skills that you need the most. Nothing breaks a career ceiling like the hammer of a skill. And you learn a new skill, you try a new skill. It's not your attitude. I used to think I'll just have a bad attitude. I'll bang my head against the ceiling. Let's see how that goes. Did not go well. And then when you go through a career bump, which is a negative involuntary thing, and you get laid off or fired, it's relationships that you need the most. If you want to figure out who your friends are, go through a negative experience that's unexpected. And you need them. I mean, the reason a check will show up in the mailbox is because of relationships. Nobody goes, I put money in their mailbox because they're really good at their job and I know they're struggling. No, they go, this is my friend and we've locked arms. You need relationships. Because in negative moments like that, two things happen. You either break down or you break out. For some people, rock bottom is a trampoline. And the reason it is because they had relationships. And then when you go through a positive voluntary decision, a career jump, it's your character you need. Because that's what you take with you anytime you jump, is your character. You might move to a new city and not have the relationships yet. You might be at a new job and not have the skills yet. You can't force unexpected opportunities, but you take your character with you. And then when you go through an unexpected positive idea, positive opportunity, that's a career opportunity, and that's when you need hustle. Because you get this small little window, and if you hustle, you can grow it to something larger. And so that's what the book's about, is how do you build those four things? Regardless of where you are in your career, you're all going to go through all those four transitions at some point in your career. And it's not about fighting them. It's not about, trying to eliminate it so you only do the good ones. I mean, life would be so easy if you got to fold that in half and go, I only do career jumps and career opportunities. Every decision I make is great, and everything that happens to me is a lottery moment. But life doesn't work that way. So how do you build the kind of career savings account that's worth billions and lets you chase a dream, go on an adventure, and have the career you want?
For more behind the music videos, click link